The CEO of Twitter recently made some ridiculous claims that deserve the fake news label. However, he was put in his place by his own users who dropped a barrage of truth bombs on his lies. Once upon a time, social media was a bastion of free speech. Thanks to websites like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, people around the world were able to express their opinions and beliefs. Even in hostile regimes, citizens were able to exercise their God-given right to uncensored speech. Those days are long over. The liberals of Silicon Valley were happy to give you free speech, as long as there was a Democrat in the White House. With the election of Donald Trump, liberals realized they had to stop conservatives from getting their message out on social media. This has led to a wave of attacks and censorship across all platforms. Perhaps the worst of the worst is Twitter. Even as its user base dwindles, the platform finds new ways to control the speech of conservatives. Meanwhile, real examples of hate speech towards whites, conservatives, and Trump supporters are ignored. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey continues to push this tyrannical policy. Yet in an exhaustive series of tweets, he made ridiculous claims. Simply put, he said that he wanted Twitter users to help him make the site open and civil. Users are not buying it. Nice try, Jack. But you cannot claim to want openness when you silence a large portion of your user base. Twitter claims to enforce its hate speech rules, but users are allowed to celebrate the murder of cops, call for the death of white people, and slander conservatives. If you criticize Islam, you better believe you're getting banned. As with all social networks, the site has toxic users. People, under anonymous accounts, use it to troll, abuse, and attack others. Twitter claims it bans anyone that violates their rules, but it has always seemed one-sided. Even radical, Islamic terrorists have Twitter accounts, as they call for the death of Jews in the United States. Dorsey's motives for his latest comments are exposed in one of his tweets. What could those negative issues be? Considering Jack's such a rabid supporter of Black Lives Matter, he's probably referring to the election of Donald Trump. Liberals have blamed social media for helping the man get elected. It's not a huge jump to assume the current conservative crackdown is an attempt to prevent more Republicans from using social media in campaigns. All of Dorsey's virtuous statements haven't convinced users. Most of them can see through his tirade to the real issue. Twitter wants to control what you say and see online. Do you see, Jack? People aren't as dumb as you think they are. They can see through your long-winded tweets to the real point. Elitists in Silicon Valley want to clamp down on conservative speech and discussion. If they can prevent people like Donald Trump and his supporters from speaking, they can prevent a repeat of 2016. We know the truth. Twitter has been shadow banning and locking out conservatives for years. So, what is Twitter going to do next? All of Jack's statements don't erase the fact that the platform is dying. Enthusiasm for Twitter is in decline. Users are dropping the social network in droves. Meanwhile, new social networks are popping up every day, promising a more open and social-focused experience. Sites like Gab and Vero are going after the established networks, and their user bases are growing. Jack might talk a big talk, but he can't erase the facts. In a very short time, he won't have to worry about censoring users because he won't have any on his site.